Hi. Welcome to the Human Design for Marketing podcast. I'm your host, Yvette Mayer, and this show's for you if you're done with cookie cutter marketing and ready to build your personal brand in alignment with who you really are. Let's dive in. Hello, it's Yvette. Welcome back to the Human Design for Marketing podcast. Oh my goodness, I've had a little break from recording this podcast, and in full transparency, there's no one reason why. If I reflect on what I've been up to over the last few weeks, it's mostly because I have been deep in my creative zone, building new products, offers, and solutions. That's really captured my attention. I also presented at the Human Design Australasia conference on the weekend. So that involved me heading out of town. I actually went away for nearly 2 weeks to drive up there. It's about a 10-hour drive from where I live to the destination. And so I took my time to get up there, worked from the van, stayed with some friends, and then gradually made my way back. And so I haven't been in my home over the last couple of weeks, as well as all of the creative genius. Yeah, I'm calling myself a genius. That's been happening. Wow. So I don't even know where to start today. I know where to finish. I'm going to talk to you about creating the kind of offers that set your soul on fire, sell with ease because they're aligned to your energy. But I did want to just share some things that have been happening in my world first. So, number one, if you're a regular listener, you'll know that my last episode, which I believe I released in mid-April, so about 3 weeks ago, talked about building to $1 million business. And at the time, I was a little shy of that $1 million revenue business. So I did want to let you know that it happened soon after. In fact, my birthday is on the 21st of April, and I ran a promotion for my birthday, which bumped my revenue, honestly, significantly. And it wasn't quite on my birthday, but I think the next day, like on the 22nd of April, we did pass that 7-figure business revenue, and we're well beyond that now. So I'm excited to share that. And whilst my biggest lesson in business has been that focusing entirely on revenue or selling or money as the greatest measure of success takes me out of alignment and actually isn't great for my frequency, it still matters. It still felt like a huge milestone and something that I needed to calibrate to. And I have noticed that it has had a big effect on me. I think the biggest thing is it has meant that I am now somebody that has sold over $1 million in content and coaching. That's huge. Like, that is epic and something that gives me a lot of credibility. So that's the first reason that it has changed me. The second thing is it's not just the money that goes with this, it's the growing impact that I'm having and the ability to create in a more nimble way things that I release now that are met with huge demand. So the demand, like the actual appetite that people have grown for my work, is also new for me. Like, this scale is new for me. Then I've also just come back from having this incredible experience at the Human Design Australasia conference. Now, I will tell you the full story of this experience because it is a lesson in manifestation, in magnetism, and trusting the process. So, over a year ago, I want to say around Christmas 2023, I saw that this conference was happening and I knew a couple of people that were speaking at it. And so I was only a year into focusing on human design for marketing as a business owner, but I could see that there was huge opportunity for me to get on stage. And so rather than thinking about buying a ticket, the first thing I did was find out who was running it and send an email offering myself up as a speaker, which took a bit of courage, but I was like, oh my goodness, I would love this. Now, I'm a 5'1". I have a lot of speaking experience. I love being on the stage, so do take that in mind. So I sent this email and was very disappointed when I got a response to say, thanks for reaching out. We're flattered that you are interested, but we've got a theme that this topic doesn't fit into, and we're also full in terms of speaker spots. But we would love to invite you to come as an attendee. So here's the link to buy a ticket. Funny, it felt like a bit of a slap, but that's just my ego. And I quickly met that with fair. That's absolutely fair. So I bought myself a ticket and I flew up to the conference as a guest last year. And that was great for me, not only from a community perspective, but I also got to meet the founders of the event, two beautiful reflectors, Amber and Annie, and hang out with people I love and meet more people. So it was a great experience. It did end badly for me. That was when I got the call that my dad was in hospital and I had to fly back early because they were unsure if he would make it. I did manage to see him again, but that was the beginning of him actually passing. So that's a memory that I have. And, you know, if you listen to this podcast, if you don't, hi, but if you listen to this podcast, you'll know that my last 12 months has been marred with loss. My dad, my dog, my mum. And so what ended up happening is towards the end of last year, or a few months later at least, the email came out asking for speaker applications. Now, I, at the time, was not very leaned into my work. I was in grief. That email came soon after my dog passed. I think it might have even been the next day. Like it came right on top of that. And I was not in a place at all to be thinking about how do I grow my profile or I want to be on stage. I was a shell. And so I didn't respond. And it wasn't top of mind. So it was such a blessing when a couple of weeks later, despite me not responding, I actually got invited to speak. So they reached out to me, which I think is such a testament to doing the work and being visible and showing up consistently, right? So I had built my frequency and magnetism and my profile to a level where they wanted me to speak. Fast forward to the event, I arrived to find that I am the final speaker. Now, part of me was like, oh my God, that's so much energy to hold. But also it felt like a really important slot, like the final speaker of the event. That felt epic for me. And actually getting on that stage, like I loved it. I also felt ready for it. Like a year before, I wasn't ready to hold that room in the way I could now. And so it was exhausting, but it was magical. I met, again, incredible people, but I also felt my power. I felt my power radiating out on that stage. The audience were hanging on to every word, taking photos of my slides, asking lots of questions. It was awesome. Awesome. And I know that it wasn't just me feeling awesome. I've had a really big influx of people reaching out to work with me privately. I've had people that attended the conference buying my courses and programs. Like it was epic. So that has also been another upgrade that I've experienced since my last episode. So I did want to share those couple of things before getting into today. And look, today is about offers, and it's about how do you create offers, as I've done, that actually build this kind of impact and scale in your, well, both your positive contribution and the abundance that you're rewarded with that gives you the lifestyle that you desire. So I've been thinking about this a lot, and I even did I did an Instagram carousel that was aligned offers by type. I think a week ago that was like, it just blew up. I think it had more saves than it had likes. So I think that's always a clue, like over 50. So I know that this is a topic of importance. And, I've been listening. I know this is an area that people want more from me. And so today I'm going to share with you, beyond type, but inclusive of type, which parts of the human design system can really help you feel connected to your offers and ooze magnetism and attract the right people towards you. Okay, let's do this. So the first area of creating your business and your offers is understanding what you are here to bring into the world, right? Like, what is your magic? So for me, my magic is business and marketing. That's my magic. But what's the flavor for you? So there's a couple of things that I would look at to gain insight from your body graph around this. The first one is, where are you defined? Because your definition is your consistency. It's where people are aware that you're naturally and inherently strong. This isn't about your messaging, this is about what, right? So I often find that people with a defined spleen, their what is to do with well-being or intuition. That's just an example, okay? So my definition, I have very little definition, is lit up sacralness and my G center. So what this tells me is that I am here to bring a lot of energy and to give people energy to do the things, and also to do that on purpose. The G center gives me a lot of direction and a lot of purpose. So that is definitely what I offer. I offer a lot of marketing energetics and the how and the purpose, right? So it's not a direct line, but you can see how this works. The other part of your body graph to consider is your incarnation cross. Now, mine is the cross of wishes. And the cross of wishes is all around wanting a better way. And, it kind of, I think it complements with the cross of laws. There's a bit about breaking rules or rewriting the rules. This is absolutely what I do. I rewrite the rules. I rewrite the rules for how marketing is done. Okay, so you can see how that works as well. So that's the first thing that I would look at, and that's around your what. The next thing is, okay, you do this thing, you do this what, but who is it for? It is critical for you to understand your audience. And I'm not talking about your demographics, like they're a woman and they're over 40, although, you probably already feel into that. I'm more talking about who will be magnetized to your specific teachings and the way that you market, who will be magnetized into that. Okay. So I have done a whole episode on this in the past, but better still, you do want to, if you haven't yet, invest in my Ultimate Audience Clarity product. It is currently a mega prompt plus a masterclass and a whole lot of bonuses. But I have already turned that into a GPT. So this is some of the things I've been working on in the back end. So now it's gone from being a fairly slow, or about a 30-minute process, to something you could literally do in 5 minutes. And I've tested it with the people that have already bought it and they love it. So definitely get that if you haven't yet. Short answer to like this is, I look at 4 placements for audience clarity. Personality Sun, your design Mars. Now, Personality Sun is what you're here in, like a branding sense, your continual lessons that your audience will resonate with, the transformation. Your design Mars is your vocation, and it's really about your core wound, what stops you stepping into your potential, as well as that vocation that is your higher potential. So there's some magic in there. Your design Moon is your attraction field. So what will people be attracted to from you? And then your Uranus, we look at personality Uranus, but you could look at both sides, is what differentiates you. So I know that's a lot. As I said, that's a whole podcast episode, but better still, we'll put the link in the show notes, and for $27, you can have your answer in 5 minutes. Okay. So that's who it's for. Next up, what is the transformation exactly that those people are seeking? Now, in my audience clarity program, that's actually going to be revealed when you do the GPT or you do the mega prompt. Either way, you're actually going to get a whole lot of clarity around what that transformation is. How do they feel before your work? How do they feel after? That is completely revealed and in those exact same placements as well. So you're looking at all 4 of those placements to go a layer deeper into that. My example, especially coming out of my personality sun, which is the 3, when they come to me, they find marketing difficult. So difficulty at the beginning is part of my essence. And then through the innovation, which is the higher frequency, and also what I would consider to be human design for marketing, they get to have fun with it. This is my entire transformation that I offer. Like, you go from hard and struggle, from hearing crickets, through the transformation so that marketing feels aligned, it feels fun, it works, right? And those other elements are woven in there as well, of those other placements. Next up, when you're thinking about the container, so is it one-on-one? Is it a membership, a mastermind, a VIP day, a retreat, a low ticket product? This you can get a lot of insight from in and around your type and your authority. So these 2 aspects will show you what you've got energy for. It's also a matter of living it, right? So what does your body feel like in these different styles of container? So I've realized, as an example, over time, that if I follow what is lighting me up and I make decisions based on my gut, that I prefer to have only a few high level one-on-one clients, because that's a big energy container for me. And I like to impact hundreds and thousands of people through, whether it's my free content or my low ticket offers and my medium ticket offers. That's what feels magical to me. And it has led to me creating more of those low ticket offers and changing the way that I sell. Okay. Next up, your overall approach to marketing and how you build influence. The greatest aspect of human design for this is your profile lines, right? It is so instrumental in understanding it. I do have a class that's on this as well. And if you buy the Ultimate Audience Clarity Activation, it is an upsell. I think it's $17. But this is all about looking and understanding at your 2 profile lines and what they activate in terms of your overarching strategy and tactics in your marketing. Okay, so I'll do this very quickly. If you're a line 1, you have a lot of depth of knowledge. So that needs to be leveraged in you running long masterclasses, writing long content, that sort of thing. If you, and I'm not going to do all lines, but if you're a line 4, you know that you're a very social being, and that one-on-one conversations, referrals, affiliates may be part of what you do. Okay. If you are a line 6, then you're somebody who over time becomes more and more this role model and this wise sage style of leader. And therefore, you really want to be a thought leader and a teacher when it comes to the style of content that you do. So you are going to want to create marketing overall that matches your 2 profile lines and how they come together. Now let's talk about what you say. And yes, your profile lines will inform this, but even more so, the messaging is going to come through from your personality sun. We've talked about that a bit. Your personality Mercury. These 2 really activate some of those more relatable messages that come from you, from your low frequency through to your high, the stories that you tell. Also, when it comes to selling in particular, you want to be selling from where you're open rather than your definition. So the messaging strategy is going to be very different. So if you're someone who's intuitive, then, and that's your strength and your superpower, and that is your business, you're selling your intuition, maybe you're a clairvoyant, then you're not going to be selling, you need to learn how to be clairvoyant. No, you're going to be selling from your open center. So maybe you have an open heart center and you are going to message around stop trying to prove yourself and feel into your future through this clairvoyancy work, right? So actually see, visualize, step towards, and there's a worthiness element that comes through as well. So I didn't nail that, but I think you can get a flavor for what I'm talking about. This is a whole thing though, like your messaging approach is going to be both your design and understanding the core messages that are coming from your soul, but also marketing principles. You need to learn how to communicate in a way that captures attention, engages your audience deeply, moves them into action. And the marketing science behind that is huge as well. So I don't want to underplay that. It's not all about your design. You do need that combination of art and science that comes through marketing intelligence and your design. Pricing. Let's talk about pricing. This is nuanced, and I'm not going to say there is one place in your chart that reveals this, but there are codes in your gates. And it may play out as well that if you have an open heart center or will center, as I do, that's going to show up for you in your pricing, and not as a reason to price low, but as a reason to really work on your own energetics around money and price at the right value for the transformation that you offer. There is also some type intelligence that I would apply here. For example, as a generator or a manifesting generator, the most magnetic that we can be is when we're lit up. When we're lit up, we're selling something that is an absolute no-brainer. Like, we're literally thinking they would be so lucky to say yes to this. It's going to change their freaking life. That's the frequency, right? That is quite a different frequency, and it does affect pricing. Okay. Next up is how you sell. And again, a little bit like when I talked about your overarching marketing strategy and the pricing, it is quite nuanced, because I believe that there's a level of needing to experiment with the different sales strategies that will give you the insight that you need. But your type is definitely going to influence this. Your authority, like the decisions you make around your sales strategies, are key. And also, absolutely, your profile lines. So these are all going to be instrumental in the sales strategy itself. And I am talking about, for example, a 5-1 as part of your sales strategy. You're going to be selling by solving big problems. A 2-4 is going to be selling through natural gifts and your network, right? Like big picture, big picture. But also, I'm talking about, does low ticket feel right for you? Your authority is going to help you with that. Does live launching suit your energy? That could be doing big launches, right? Like getting on a stage or getting on a virtual stage at least. So all of these things are very much informed by our type, our profile lines, and big time trusting our authority to make the decision on the right approach. So that would be the highlights for me in terms of building an aligned offer. Of course, there is so much more to this, and it's something that I am steeped in. Like, this is the knowledge that wants to come through me right now. And it's why I'm releasing this episode at this moment, because I have decided to capitalize on this new frequency and leadership that's been birthed through me with a brand new program that is all about aligned offers under the banner Sold, SOULED, Out Offers. Now, this is going to be a program that I create to sell evergreen over time, but right now, effectively, as you listen to this, there should be a link in the show notes for you to go and have a look at it, because I'm going to be running it as a beta round, first and only time live. So every call, all the trainings, all the teachings will be with me in my live energy. That means you're going to get live access, eyes on your business from me versus doing this self-study. And that's huge. It's going to run for 6 consecutive weeks. We start in a little under 2 weeks' time, and it's going to be for a limited group. So there's 20 spots maximum. I've already sold a handful. So even as I release this podcast episode, on the back end, I've been doing some nurturing to my list of people that had already bought a product like this. That was a very low ticket product, knowing that they had an appetite for offers and doing it the human design way. So I'm excited about this. I think it's going to be another signature program. I'll have 2, the Frequency Project and Sold Out Offers. So that's awesome and fun. It's also going to give me the opportunity to go behind the scenes of all of the different strategies, because trust me, I've been there, I've sold them, and which ones and how each of them work, so you can really get and feel and embody that wisdom for you, but do it in a way that works for your design, not mine. So once more, thanks for listening. If you love this show, please do me a solid and go and leave me a review. 5-star rating would be amazing. If you're in my audience, keep your eyes on my Instagram for the news of sold out offers, or on my email, because I have been doing a bit of pre-release info in the email. If you're interested and you're not sure if it's for you, send me a DM. My DM is always open to guide you through the process. No pressure. It's about attraction for me. So if it's right for you and you know it, then trust that, and we'll have a chat and we'll make sure that you feel good about it. And I'll be spending a lot of time with you over the next couple of months. All right, bye for now. There are heaps more resources in the show notes. I can't wait to be back in your ears again soon. Bye for now.